This game is a much shorter experience than the typical Yakuza game. Consisting of only 5 chapters, the main story of this game can be completed in less than 20 hours. For me, it was 6 3-hour live streams, whereas a typical Yakuza game would take at least 12 live streams to beat the main story. It's a great game, but I'm not sure it's worth $50. Here's why. The previous non-spin-off game in the Yakuza series, Yakuza Like a Dragon, saw a pretty sizable divergence from the typical gameplay of the Yakuza games. Like a Dragon Gaiden comes back to true form with a new protagonist, Joryu, he works for the Daily Planet, and the silly, smashy brawler gameplay that has become a hallmark of the Dragon engine over the last few years. Joryu has 2 distinct fighting styles, Agent style and Yakuza style. Shortly after unlocking the latter of the two, it's revealed that Joryu is actually Kiryu in disguise. Obviously that's not true, that's revealed within literally the first 2 seconds of the game. With that stupid joke out of the way though, let's get back on topic. Agent style is a very fast-paced combat style with a heavy emphasis on 4 different gadgets. In my opinion, the only useful one was the Spider-Man web gadget, since it allowed you to juggle non-boss enemies into oblivion. Agent style also features massive AoE abilities that stay relevant through the entire game. Yakuza style, on the other hand, is the meaty, heavy-hitting style, very similar to the Dragon style from Kiwami 2. Obviously, Tiger Drop sees a return, as does Kiryu's motorcycle swing and super strength. In a one-on-one fight, this style decimates without equal. Overall, the core gameplay of Gaiden was very fun and oh so rewarding. Some of the best parts of every Yakuza game are the absurd side quests you can embark on. Unfortunately, Gaiden's side quests have a lot more misses than hits. There are a few hilarious ones that I won't spoil, but the vast majority of the side quests were samey fetch quests or go to a place and beat up a dude quests. It got pretty dull pretty quick. On the flip side, the minigames were great. This is the first game I've played where I didn't hate any of the karaoke songs. Every song was solid. They did, unfortunately, bring back Pocket Circuit, but I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see that. The Colosseum is great, even though its storyline is the same old Four Kings storyline that we've seen in several games before this. The team battles they've added to the Colosseum create a much more interesting dynamic that I personally haven't seen in any of the other arena games in previous entries. The story in Gaiden was absolutely brutal. If you don't want spoilers for the main story, this is where the video ends for you. Still here? Good. Picking up 3 years after Yakuza 6, Kiryu is trapped in a deal that keeps getting worse and worse. He faked his death to protect Haruka and the children at the Okinawa orphanage, and the game will not let you forget that. Those children are routinely threatened by character after character. Go do this thing, Kiryu. No thanks. It'd be a shame if something happened at this orphanage, wouldn't it, Kiryu? I hate all of you. And as if that couldn't be made any worse, to top off all that sadness, this game features what is now the saddest cutscene in the series, in my opinion. While this top spot used to be occupied by Nishiki's forest cutscene from Yakuza 0, it's been supplanted by a cutscene where Kiryu gets to see the messages, pictures, and offerings that the Okinawa orphans left on his grave. And it just spirals from there into a lament about how Kiryu will probably never get to see Haruto grow up. The less sad parts of the story revolve around the Watase family trying to recruit Kiryu into their scheme of dissolving the Omi Alliance and the Tojo clan. It all runs concurrently with Ichiban's story, albeit in a different city, and culminates in Kiryu's perspective on Yakuza Like a Dragon's final battle. Plus, there was loads of fan service in the following fight against Kiryu's final boss. Overall, Like a Dragon Gaiden, the title that's way too long, was a great game, but because of how short it is, I don't know if it's worth the $50 price tag. If you love the Yakuza series, pick it up when it's on sale. You'll be in for a great time. Thanks for listening to an old man ramble. I'll see you next week.